Digging through my vast collection of crawler parts, I was able to come up with this little threaded bad boy. She's a tad tall, so what we'll do is we'll actually take the difference off of each side excuse me, with a cutoff wheel, and it gives me enough threads. There's still plenty of threads inside to screw both top and bottom down to. So we'll go and do our little modification to that piece real quick and we'll be right back. Okay, we've got our piece cut down. She'll fit right in there just fine. What we're going to want to do now is actually take and we're going to secure the bottom screw. We'll grab the 3x10. Give her a shot of thread lock, and I'll flip this around here. Thread that down on there like so. Grab our crack down. Give that a good crank. I'm going to go back to our top piece, and we're going to take a button head screw, give that a shot of thread lock, I dropped it. Get that started like so. Got my arm blocking the shot here, but we'll get this back around here. Clean this up here. Cap on our blue thread lock there. Bring this around so you can see what we're doing here. And crank that tight. And next we will install the top plate. Okay, the top plate is actually held on with a couple of different screws here. It's going to have two of the countersunk ones go down in from the top, and then 4 longer ones. Actually, yeah, there we go. So we're going to have 2 countersunk ones. They have to go in first. They're showing a 3x8 that was used on the buggy, but I don't think, oh yes, we do have 3x8s here. Okay, so we're going to take 2 3x8s and oops, we'll screw these down first. Okay. Get these snugged. Oops, drop that one out there. Get these snugged down in here. That one. Okay, then we need to find our long ones that go down from the top. Now, this is where it gets a little strange on some of the screws. I've got a couple, 2 pieces. Okay, we need 3x28 is what they're listing. Now I've got 4 3x28s. with big heads on them, and I'm assuming that's what we're going to use. 3x23, 3x28. This is kind of what they had in the buggy, just a regular button head. Now the only bag that I've got that's showing 4 is going to be these cap heads, or bigger Allen head ones. So we're going to use those. Pull out. 2 of these are going into plastic, 2 of these are going into metal. So basically, you're going to have to thread lock the front 2 that go into the metal. You can see these kind of thread ends fairly simple here. There we go, now we're biting. So we'll take and tighten these 2 back ones up first. You'll see why those other 2 screws had to go in first, because they don't clear the head of those screws. Run the other side down. Snug it up real good. Now these front ones, like I say, we're going to have to put a little thread lock on them. They're going into metal. To do a little tweak in here to get these to line up right. Just a little push. Get the other one. Okay. Get that out of the way. We don't need this post. We'll save that for later for something else if we need it. I'm just looking at this, but I may be wrong, and I am. Okay, this part where the manual does come in handy. These 2 are going to be too long for that part. Back these out real quick here. Which leads to tell me that we should probably be using the 2 button head ones on the back side, and then some shorter button heads for the front. So we're going to run these out. These obviously need to be used for something else. Fun part of not having a manual, you gotta kind of learn as you go. Not all of this is identical to how the buggy is built. The motor mount is different on this one because, like I say, you're running the 62 tooth spur gear versus a 46 or a 44 on the buggy. So we're going to pop these 2 bad boys out of this bag. Oops, that was the wrong ones. We're going to take these 2. These are going to be our ones going here. We can switch that back over. Okay. Actually, this looks better anyways. I didn't like the other screw heads sticking off the top of this like they were. Screw that one down. Now, question is, which ones are we supposed to be putting in here? I did have this bag here of 2 separate screws. They are too long. We have 1 individual. I'm guessing, being that we're going into metal, that a couple of these would probably work. These are 3x16. We'll just do a quick rough test. And I'm going to assume 2 of those will work. The ones, this is a major support of the center of the chassis, binding everything up, so, or connecting everything together. So you're going to want screws that go all the way down into the motor mount as far as possible. We'll blob those up with a little thread lock. Get our mount to shift here.